Joe Donnelly voted no on tax cuts. He voted no on Obamacare. We had Obamacare done if he would have raised his hand. Repeal and replace. He voted no on repeal and replace of Obamacare. But we did get rid of the individual mandate and we brought it down and it's going. It's leaving fast.
Yeah.
Joe Donnelly voted against enhanced vetting for refugees. Let them come in. Open up those borders. Open them up. He says, open up those borders, let them in. He voted against stopping illegal immigrants from getting welfare. And Donnelly repeated voting for amnesty. He wants amnesty. Donnelly also voted for liberal Obama judges who want to take away your Second Amendment and lots of other things. We need to elect senators who will vote for judges who follow our laws and our Constitution as written.
Yeah. Keep the Constitution.
Like Supreme Court Justice Neil Gorsuch, who's doing a great job, and Judge Brett Kavanaugh, who we're trying to get through. In this election, you aren't just voting for a candidate, you're voting for which party controls Congress. Very, very big vote. It's very close. People say we have the majority. By how much? By almost nothing. Somebody has a cold, we no longer have the majority. We need Republicans in Congress. Today's Democrat Party is held hostage by left-wing haters, angry mobs, deep state radicals, establishment cronies, and their fake news allies. Our biggest obstacle and their greatest ally actually is the media. You can believe it. We've got stories that are so big and the media doesn't pick them up. We have stories that if that was about a Republican or a conservative, it'd be front page of every newspaper. And we have them and they just don't want to write them. It's a dishonest group of people. I will tell you that. You can have the biggest story about Hillary Clinton. I mean, look at what she's getting away with, but let's see if she gets away with it. Let's see. All I can say this, our Justice Department and our FBI at the top of each, because inside they have incredible people, but our Justice Department and our FBI have to start doing their job and doing it right and doing it now. But people are angry. People are angry. What's happening is a disgrace. And at some point, I wanted to stay out, but at some point, if it doesn't straighten out properly, I want them to do their job. I will get involved and I'll get in there. And the whole world is watching, and the whole world gets it, and the whole world understands exactly what's going on. The Democrats, they call themselves the resistance. That's what they're good at. Resisting and obstructing. They are obstructionists. Every day they are resisting the will of the American people and trying to undermine the verdict of our democracy delivered so strongly in 2016 like never before. The most remarkable thing about the modern Democrat Party is how truly undemocratic they really have become.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mob mentality.
The so-called resistance is mad because their ideas have been rejected by the American people. And we're really we're getting rid of those bad ideas one by one so far. And it is driving them crazy. They're the old and corrupt globalist ruling class that squandered trillions of dollars on foreign adventures. They don't want to build a wall here, although we've started, but it's not easy. But they'll build walls in other countries. They'll create borders in other lands so far away. But over here, let everybody pour in, and we don't worry about the crime. It's a disgrace. They've made the worst trade deals in the history of the world. And who enriched themselves while presiding over the destruction of American jobs, American companies, and American wealth? It was the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of the world. What we did to our companies and to our jobs, we should be ashamed of our leadership, but not this leadership, because we're bringing it back. To work over corruption in Washington, these are the people we're talking about. So in this election, we can't let up. We're going to, and it's happening fast, we're going to drain the swamp. We've replaced failed Democrat lawmakers with America First Republicans. And it's happening. We want people like Mike Braun. Republicans stand for stopping illegal immigration, fixing bad, horrible, obsolete trade deals, unleashing American energy, cutting taxes, supporting our militaries and our great vets, our great vets. Republicans stand for protecting Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid and strengthening the safety net for truly needy Americans, not for illegal aliens and people that come into our country to take advantage of us. Democrats want to raise your taxes. We want to lower your taxes.
Yeah.
By the way, that doesn't sound like a great campaign theme. We're going to raise your taxes. We're going to fire ICE. I don't think that works too well. They want to raise your taxes. We want to take away your regulations. They want to increase your regulations. They want to weaken our military. They don't want to give us, we're always fighting money. We want money for our military. They want money for things that you wouldn't believe. They want to shut down your coal mines. That's not happening. By the way, you're up like 60%. I've had such an incredible experience with the miners, and just a little while ago backstage, there were 9. Of the 9, now these were tough guys. These are seriously tough people. In fact, I looked at them and I said, I wouldn't want to fight these guys. But of the 9, 8 of them were crying. And I looked at the 9th, crying out of happiness because they're back. I looked at the 9th guy and said, what's wrong with you? Why aren't you crying? I don't cry, sir. I said, that's okay. That's okay. 8 out of 9 were crying with happiness. And they want to raid Medicare to pay for socialism. Somehow, I don't see Indiana being the next Venezuela. I just don't see it. We don't. That's what would happen, too. At the center of this election is the issue of border security. So important. We've now started the wall in San Diego, and we're doing another 90. It's like pulling teeth to get the money from these Democrats. We got $1.6 billion. Then we just got another $1.6 billion. Now we're asking for a lot more. We can do that thing so quickly. But they really want, I mean, honestly, they want, even though in 2006, almost all of them voted in favor of essentially a wall. Okay? Now they think it's politically expedient to anything Trump wants, please go against. Please. Because they are not liking my poll numbers even a little bit. And within the Republican Party, I have to say this because this is very cool. Within the Republican Party, the highest poll numbers, I think it's, well, they have 90, they have 92, and they have 93%. The highest poll numbers ever. I actually asked them, I said, did they do polling when honest Abe Lincoln was around? You know what? Nobody's been able to give me that answer, but I'm assuming they did, okay? So we can say we're beating honest Abe. Democrats want to open borders, which really equals allowing into our country massive amounts of crime. Republicans want strong borders. We want no crime. We want great law enforcement. And by the way, we love our law enforcement. Between Democrats and Republicans, just remember this. Democrats want to abolish ICE. Where did this come from? By the way, do you have any idea what ICE says? I don't think anybody in this room, unless they're really tough, and I know a couple of people right here, probably tough enough, I don't think so. Right? I know them too well. Actually, I know their weaknesses, so I think they're not. But these are people that go into a nest of MS-13. They call it a nest. That's what it is. It's a nest. These are evil people in there. This is a group of gang members. I can't say animals anymore because Nancy Pelosi got very angry when I called them that. I called them animals. She went, I can't do it. Can't call them animals, even though they have guns, but they don't like using guns because it's not painful enough. They want to slice people up. Young girls walking home from school, 16 years old, and they sliced them up. They died. They died. Their parents are incredible people. I met their parents, devastated. And the reason was because it was more painful. And then I call them animals, and Nancy Pelosi gets upset because I'm talking about human beings. They don't get it. They don't get it. So, we want to abolish MS-13. They want to abolish ICE. And I have to tell you about MS-13. You know, we have towns in Long Island. I grew up in that area generally. I know every one of those towns. They were always great. They were safe. You'd leave your door open at night. You never locked your door. You leave your windows open, no problem. Now they're infested with MS-13, but we're getting them the hell out so fast. Don't worry about it. We're doing a great job. And we have really no laws to work. We have really no laws to work. The laws are horrible. The laws are the worst and dumbest in the history of the world. Again, between the trade deals world and our immigration, horrible laws in the world, but we're getting them out. But you know what? ICE, we call ICE. And they go into those towns, And they grab those guys by the neck and they throw them into those spotty water. And you don't want to do it. And you don't want to do it. But we have some really bad people that were allowed into this country under President Obama and others. And we're getting them the hell out. And you know, these towns that I know so well, we get ice out. And the people are standing at their windows cheering. They're like clapping for ice. They're clapping because these are brave people. They're good people, good heart. But they're tough. They're tough. They're strong and they're tough. And ice is afraid of them. You know why? Because they're much tougher than ice. And that's what happens to work. I hate to say it. So they get out. And you know the sad thing? It's sad, actually. It's like the towns are being liberated, like it's a war. And you're getting, finally, the enemy out of our country. The towns are being liberated from this scum. Amazing. So the Democrats want to abolish ICE and the Republicans want to cherish ICE. And I can tell you that. And I think everybody in this room respects and really admires Border Patrol, ICE, all of our law enforcement. A vote for Democrats in November is a vote to erase our borders and leave innocent Americans at the mercy of hardened criminals. That's what will happen. We need strong law and order. A vote for Republicans is a vote to support the brave heroes of ICE, Border Patrol, law enforcement, and all of the other groups that work with us. Every day, ICE, which is being so badly treated, that's why I'll sometimes go more and more in favor of talking about ICE. Because what the Democrats are doing to the morale of these brave people is incredible. It's incredible. And you know what? If they didn't have them, they'd be calling up begging, saying, where is it? We need ICE. We need somebody to help. This election is about safety. And this election is about jobs. And the beauty of the job, people that were stuck in one job didn't like it. They've now got 6 different alternatives. They go here, they get one that they like, and they're making more money. Wages are going up. Nobody thought this was going to happen. Excuse me, you ready? 3.8%. Isn't that nice? Nobody thought that was going to happen. Thanks to Republican leadership, our economy is booming like never before. It's never been like this. Economic growth last quarter hit a number that nobody thought possible. This number was 1, less than 1, and going down to negative territory. We've created nearly 4 million new jobs since the election and lifted almost 4 million Americans off food stamps. We've added almost 500,000 new manufacturing jobs since election. And if I would have come here, and I did come to Indiana a lot, and you know who I brought with me? Who did I bring? The great Bobby Knight. What a coach. You know that story with Bobby, right? A year before I was going to run, Bobby Knight called. And they say, sir, do you know a Bobby Knight? I said, you mean the coach? This is before I ran. And I said, you talking about the coach? My secretary, a great person, said, yes, sir, I think he said he was a coach. I pick up. I said, hello? He goes, Trump, this is Bobby Knight, and you gotta run for president. Our country needs you. And I said, that's Bobby Knight. That's Bobby Knight. That's Bobby Knight. After the first word, I knew it was Bobby Knight. And he said, you gotta run. I said, well, you know, Bobby, first of all, I respect you a lot, and I really love winners, and you are a winner. And the job you did, great guy. He's also a great guy, big heart. He doesn't want people to know that, but he's actually got a very big heart. He'd be devastated if I said that he has a big, but he does. He has a big heart. But I said, you know, Bobby, I haven't decided to run. But if I do, could you give me a number? I'll take it and I'll call you. So an amazing thing happened. So I write down his number, it was a cell. I wrote it down and I have a stack of papers on my desk in New York. I've been there and I haven't been to that office because I don't care about any of that stuff anymore. I only care about doing what's good for us. I couldn't care about sure. I want to tell you that kind of story. So I take this number and I put it on my desk and I put it in the middle of a stack of papers. I just, you know, it's like sort of a file. Some of you people might have some. It's like a file of things you may need someday, but probably not. And then when you go through them about 3 years later, 95% of it you throw out, right? But I had two big stacks. You'll see pictures of me in the office. You'll see these massive stacks. It just happened. And now I say, I'm going to run. And we did great. We were on center stage of every single debate, right? Every single debate. Center stage means we were never in second place. And if we were, they would let you know about it tomorrow morning. We were never in second. Now we're center stage on every, well, however many debates. Anyway, I'm doing well. We won New York. We won this one. We won that one. We won New Hampshire. Wow, New Hampshire was so great. We won South Carolina. We won North Carolina. We won everything, right? And then they said, even though we were so far, in all fairness, I have to say this, we were really so far ahead that I think that even Indiana wasn't going to have too much of an effect, but I want to win Indiana. So a friend of mine, he's from Indiana, great guy. I said, how am I doing in Indiana? He says, great. I said, good. I said, what can I do to ensure it? Well, if you could get like Bobby Knight to endorse you, that would end Indiana. I said, you know, it's funny that you mentioned that, but he called me a year ago wanting me to run. He said the country needs him. And I said, and I put his number right here. I was at my desk. I put his number right here. And true. I bet you I have 2,000 pages of stuff, more. And I said, I put it right here. And I lifted up the stack, like in the middle. And I lifted it up. And there's a little card. It says Bobby Knight with a number. It was the weirdest.